Revenge is definitely a dish best served cold. As far as Coleen Rooney is concerned, I can reveal that the megabucks tell-all which she has signed up to film following the Wagatha Christie court case will not come out until next autumn. Sources involved with the as-yet untitled show say that its planned date has slipped from next summer to around September 2023. Disney, who are broadcasting it, are gambling that allowing some time to pass will make the show appear fresher and more exciting to the public. Meanwhile, I can also disclose that Rebekah Vardy has filmed a tell-all interview of her own, with a Discovery documentary about the court case, Rebekah vs. Coleen, which is due to come out around the end of October or early November. Mrs. Vardy strongly denies all wrongdoing, but in a damning High Court judgment in July she was described as an untrustworthy witness who was likely to have destroyed potentially crucial evidence on purpose. Mrs. Justice Stein concluded that Vardy probably worked with her agent, Caroline Watt, to leak stories from Rooney's private Instagram account to The Sun, providing tips to tabloid journalists and aiding them with their inquiries. The judge said it was not believable that Watt accidentally dropped her mobile phone in the North Sea shortly after a legal request was made to search its WhatsApp messages. Last week, Mrs. Vardy was ordered to pay 90% of Mrs. Rooney's legal fees, which could be around £1.5 million. Not to Lisa knockout as boxer Ben's wife. The story of the 1990 Ben/Eubank boxing match has an enduring fascination. Just look at the brouhaha over the fight between their sons, Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr., which was scheduled to take place last week. It was postponed after Conor Ben failed a random drug test. Now the original story is coming to the big screen with a film titled Ben/Eubank and directed by leading actor David Harewood. It's due to start filming in the UK later this year. British actress Natalie Emmanuel, whose career has taken her from Hollyoaks to Game of Thrones and the Fast and Furious films, is playing Nigel Ben's wife, Sharon. Emmanuel, 33, was working in a clothes shop when she got the call to play Missandei, Daenerys Targaryen's translator, in GOT. Sharon's husband, Nigel, will be played by Joshua Maynard, who recently completed spaghetti western TV series, That Dirty Black Bag. Chris Eubank will be portrayed by David Johnson, who is Gus in BBC banking drama industry. Harewood comments, their stories demand telling in full, and while they cannot be wholly known without each other, they are also much more than each other. Also, this is my story. As a young man I suffered from psychosis, and there were elements of that which still affect young black men today. I hope it will be a thrilling, moving and educational experience for audiences around the world, exploring brotherhood, the blurred line between love and hate, and our universal quest for belonging. Third time lucky in love for Flush Plumber? Wedding bells are ringing for Charlie Mullins, the 69-year-old rooster-haired former boss and founder of Pimlico Plumbers, who has given me the wink that he has proposed marriage to his singer-girlfriend of nearly 2 years, rah-rah. This will be third time lucky for Mullins. Rah-rah, real name Rachel Leavesley, is 38 years his junior and they met on a beach in Marbella, Spain. Neither seem in the slightest bit fazed by the age gap, or his marital history, and say that they have never been closer since competing on the BBC One relationships show Unbreakable. That was filmed when they were a mere 8 months into their romance, and their joint bungee jump was the highlight of episode 1, although the show has its critics to say the least. Charlie said, "I have a lovely partner and she has made my life better and better. She's such a natural, beautiful lady." We found out that we have so much in common on the show. Do I think about getting married? Yes, of course I do, it is on my mind. What can I tell you? Watch this space, there is a big surprise coming. The couple lived together in a £10 million Thameside apartment in London. Mullins sold Pimlico Plumbers last year and is now pursuing a career as a media personality, which he greatly enjoys. He tells me, "People do recognize me for the hair these days and call me Rod, after Rod Stewart, which I don't mind at all." The secret of the Barnett is a simple session with the hairdryer and some gel or whatever you call it, and then he says, "Rah rah ruffles my hair." Mullins has just filmed a pilot for a show called The Naked Millionaire, which starts with him, yes, naked, in a flat, although he assures me he wears clothes for the rest of it. The idea is that he has to build a business up from zero. There is also a possible reality TV show with him and Rah-Rah. Pugh's dark secret. Florence Pugh has been much in evidence at the London Film Festival this week, sailing up red carpets in stunning gowns and attending parties. She has been plugging her lead role in The Wonder, a forthcoming film based on the hit book about a nurse investigating a child in Ireland who doesn't seem to eat but stays miraculously alive. Pugh said, "It's incredibly dark, and I love doing dark films. I'm really proud of this baby, so I am happy to be here." Was that a tiny little dig at the controversial film Don't Worry Darling, in which she starred alongside Harry Styles, which she didn't seem very happy to plug in Venice earlier this year? The explanation given in Venice was that she was too busy filming Dune, Part 2 to do any more. Curiously, though, Dune, Part 2 is still in production. Ted draws a line: "It was condemned as one of the biggest anticlimaxes in TV history, but Adrian Dunbar has finally stepped forward to defend the moment in the last series of Line of Duty when Ian Buckles was unmasked as corrupt police officer H. Everybody thought it was going to be a big reveal, but that's not how it happens in reality, and we wanted to make the drama true to life," says Adrian, who plays Superintendent Ted Hastings. Line of Duty is rumored to be making a comeback next year, either as a miniseries or as a single, feature-length film. Roman and Martin Kemp's brief careers as TV chat show hosts is at an end. There will be no more episodes of ITV's Weekend Best. "We were asked to do more but couldn't make the dates work," explains Roman, who co-hosted Sunday Best and later Weekend Best with his former Spandau Ballet pop star father. "It's a shame because we really enjoyed doing it." The series, featuring games and celebrity interviews, was a family affair. Martin's daughter Harley Moon wrote the signature tune, and both she and her mother Shirley, once part of the pop duo Pepsi and Shirley, were guests. Don't Bother Knocking on Jamie Lee Curtis door on October 31st, the star of the Halloween horror films doesn't do Halloween. Curtis, 63, says, "I live in a neighborhood where people don't come by and I no longer participate in it. The joke used to be I am Halloween so I don't have to participate." Curtis, whose final Halloween film, Halloween Ends, comes out today, says, "I was an active homemade costume, big decoration, scary lights person for the entirety of my children's young lives. I'm hoping if I have some grandchildren I will revisit my old homemade costume skills. The holiday of Halloween has changed my life." The movie Halloween 1978, everything good in my life is directly attributable to that movie. Tom Felton's uproarious showbiz memoir Beyond the Wand is packed with anecdotes about the many acting legends he worked with on the Harry Potter films, like the time he thought Gary Oldman was the set cleaner. One of the best concerns actor Michael Gambon, who comforted him when he repeatedly fluffed his lines. He smiled and said, "Dear boy, do you have any idea how much they pay me per day? At this rate, if you keeping it up, he'll have a new Ferrari by next week. You keep doing what you're doing, son."